Racing on Friday takes place out at Fairview. We've got 8 races on the program, and race number 1 is a start of the bipod. It is a work riders race that will get the day started for us. And joining me on the line is Grant Paddock. And Grant, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good, Rahul. Thank you very much. Morning to you, morning to the punters. And weather's been okay. We are expecting a wet weekend, so we should get Friday with no problems, but Tuesday could be an issue. I see there's quite a bit of rain coming. Weather's been good. The wind has gone away for the last 2 days, so it should be a fair day racing tomorrow, and hopefully we can put the punters in the pound seats.
Race number 1, 1,000 meters a distance. Favorite here, number 6, Serendipitous. Narrowly touched off last time out. She's at 14 to 10, 33 to 10 about Cape Flower, Miss Pryor at 9 to 2, along with String of Lights, and then it is 7 to 1 and Better Bar Those. Now, Kelly Mitchell has got the top 2 in the market, and this filly Serendipitous, on the basis of her overall form and especially of her encouraging comeback run, she could be hard to beat.
I think she's better on Polyville, I must be very honest with you. Her and the stable companion Cape Flower, they're very small fillies, and they're definitely better suited to the Poly. I'm actually in the camp, and it's my value bet on the day of the third one from the Michelin yard, Pontevecchio, number 2. She's running these races regularly and been very, very competitive, running seconds and thirds. She's got a decent work rider on, has ridden 5 winners in these kind of races. So she's going to be definitely there and there, about 7 to 1, good each way value. A filly like Miss Pryor, decent last run, she's got to be there and thereabouts, as well as String of Lights with a very good jockey on, who won the last work riders race. But she ran a kind of a disappointing race last week Friday, and I tell you, she might have to improve a length or 2. Tricky kind of a race. I'm tipping at 2, 1, 6 and 4, and you're going to need all 4 of those horses in the bipod to start.
2, 1, 6 and 4, the numbers in race number 1 for Grant. Moving along to race number 2 now, and this is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,400 meters. It is a start off the place accumulator at 12.55. Favorite here is joint favorites Rainbow River and Fire Alarm at 28 to 10, Ruby Claire 3 to 1, 5 to 1 Laugh Till I Cry, and then it is 6 to 1 and Better Bar Those. Now Grant, start off the place accumulator. I don't particularly like this race. I think it is a very shallow maiden event, but what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fairly shallow. I've seen worse in Port Elizabeth, to be very honest with you. This filly, Fire Alarm, I think Alan thought she'd win quite earlier in her career. She's turned 3 now. He's given her a bit of a break to mature. She'll definitely be there and thereabouts with Richard. Drawn out a bit deep at 10, unfortunately, but Richard, he seems to get them over, or just does the right pace at the back of the field. Ruby Claire, very nice last run, first time in PE. It was on the Poly. She's now got to confirm that she's a grass horse as well. And then this filly, Rainbow River, from the Kelly Mitchell yard. I know the stable do fancy this quite a bit. She's got a neat draw. She's a front runner with Yenny up, and that's the kind of horse you need in these maiden plates. And then Million Reasons having a second run after a nice comeback run last time out. Could be a flat run being second run, but she'll be there and thereabouts, no doubt. I'm tipping at 1, 11, 5 and 4. In the place accumulator, you only need the 1 and 11.
1 and 11, 2 horses in leg 1 of the PA for Grant. Race number 3, next up, this is the start of the pick 6. It's an MR80 handicap over 1,400 meters. 1:30 is the off time. And here we've got number 5, 4 Jacks at 5 to 2, 28 to 10 final edition, 7 to 2 Scampton, 9 to 2 Timbavati River, 10 to 1 and Better Bar Those. Now, 4 Jacks, he was just touched off last time out behind Pedro. He has his first run for Gavin Smith, but Grant, I like this horse single file, a bit of an each way play at around 20 to 1 in the market. I think that further rating drop 2.5 off the back from a 3 draw, hoping that he can be closer to the pace and finish off his race quite nicely, because he seems to run well over track and trip.
Yeah, he does. He'd actually be a better horse over a mile extra furlong, but decent horse. It mustn't be wet. Last time that was very, very wet, and he didn't enjoy it at all. If the track's on top, he'll run a much better race. Competitive field, final edition, Timbavati River, and obviously 4 Jacks now relocated to the Gavin Smith yard with Craig Zaki up from a decent draw. He's got to be a massive runner. The horse with a solid form and a bit of a turnover is Timbavati River. He's going to be my first selection here to beat final edition 4 Jacks and then single file. And I think the place accumulator, you're only going to need the 2 and the 4, and you can probably add in the pick 6 just the 1 extra horse, or maybe your single file as well, and then 4 Jacks in the pick 6 as well, the 4 horses.
Number 4, Timbavati River, the top pick in race number 3 for Grant. Moving along to race number 4 now. Quite a competitive event. It's an MR96 handicap over 1600 meters. 5 past 2 is the off time. Favorite here is Holding Thumbs. Even money, 14 to 10 into even money. 4 to 1 Global Alley. 5 to 1 Sequoia. 8 to 1 and Better Bar those. Now this was Holding Thumbs. I'm not quite sure what happened last time out, because he went to the front and he tried to do what he's been doing, but he was well held behind Pardonom in 6th position. He has his first start in PE, and Grant, based on the reputation that he brings to the track and on the form that he has, he could well be a hard horse to beat.
Yeah, he's definitely a hard horse to beat. That last run was all wrong from a bad draw. They chased him up and the fractions weren't quite right and he compounded late. So it'll be a different story here. There's not much speed in the race. Maybe a little bit of funky music that can go and irritate him in front. But I suspect him getting a soft lead, and then he's going to be very, very hard to beat. He's a smart horse. I know Glenn thinks a hell of a lot about him. And then the rest of the field, you got horses like Global Alley, Sequoia, Fateful Day back on the grass. He's got to be a bit of a runner. But I'm all in on this horse. The 9 Holding Thumbs. He's my banker on the day. He's my nap better as well, and I'm tipping it 9, 2, 4 and 1.
All in with Holding Thumbs in race number 4. Race number 5 next up, and this will be the start of Jackpot 2. Fillies and Mares 78 handicap over 1200 meters. 14:40 is the off time for the 5th race. Number 4 Articuno, 5 to 2 into 2 to 1. 9 to 2 Ellis Delight, 3 Cheers, 6 to 1 Symbol of Love, 8 to 1 Valeria's Dream, and then it is 10 to 1 and Better Bar those. Race 5, Grant, what's your thoughts here?
I thought it was a 2-horse race between Articuno and Ella's Delight. They're holding really good form. You got to have big respect for Symbol of Love as well, and European Summer, the Caithness Yard, as well as Miami Beach. You know, they've got quite a strong hand, the Caithness Yard, in this race. Articuno won a very good race first time out. They put the money down and she came home very well. I think she can definitely follow up. I see there's been a little bit of money for her now. She's into 2 to 1. She's probably going to be the horse to beat. The place accumulator, I've only gone the 4 and the 5. Ella's Delight holding solid form with Muzi up from a 5 draw and 59 and a half on his back. She'll definitely be there and thereabouts. But I think the race is between those 2 horses. Pick 6 if you want to add 1 or 2 more in. Maybe the 2 Caithness horses as well. I'm tipping it 4, 5, 8 and 1.
4 and 5, 2 horses to play around in race number 5. Moving on to race number 6 next up, and this will be a run over 1200 meters. It is a classified stakes. 3:15 is the off time. Coastal Pot, guarding the wall at 28 to 10. Killer Gold at 9 to 2. Explosive Speed 6 to 1. There's been huge betting support for this horse. Globe Tonic 25 to 1 into 7 to 1, and then it is 10 to 1 and Better Bar those. This horse, Explosive Speed, I think he could be on the right mark now to be competitive, on a mark of 70, and he's dropping in class. So at 6 to 1, I thought there's lots of value about this son of Rafif, Grant.
100%, Real. This is a very, very difficult race. I've actually gone for a horse at the bottom of the weight, number 9, Jackson, Mississippi. Put a line through his last run on the poly over 1200 meters. He's back on his favourite surface, back over his favourite trip, and at 12 and a half to 1, he's got to be a massive runner from the Duncan McKenzie yard. Guarding the wall, always there and thereabouts, but battles to finish his races off. And then the likes of Explosive Speed, I agree with you on that one. And the favourite here, Coastal Path, all his good form has been on the poly, so I'm not too keen on him. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him. And then obviously you've told me there's been a lot of money for this horse, Globe Tonic. He's a horse that can pop up whenever he wants to. He's definitely got the ability, but he's got a mind of his own, so he's going to have to be an addition in the pick 6. I'm tipping at 9, 2, 4 and 1, and you definitely have to add in the 3.
Number 9, Jackson, Mississippi at 12 to 1 in the market could represent tremendous value in race number 6. Moving along to race number 7 next up, and the 7th race on the card will be around over 1200 meters. This is a Fillies and Mares 66 handicap, 15:50 the off time. September Flower 3 to 1, Free World 33 to 10, Commerson's Passion at 5 to 1, Queen of Jazz 7 to 1. Double figure odds about the balance. Competitive looking race, Grant, race number 7.
Yeah, ugly race, this one, Rahil. This is one of those FLD field and more. There's no doubt. Commerson's Passion's got the form. There's no doubt she needs to just round her races off. A filly like Free World, there and thereabouts to September Flower, coming back from a break, and I don't know if the 12 might be a bit on the sharp side, but she's drawn out at 12 as well. Not going to be too clever, that. And then De Janeiro will definitely run a better race. They've added the blinkers, Muzi up. She's a filly that likes to get along a bit early on, and that'll suit Muzi down to the world. pick six players definitely have to go as wide as possible here. My place accumulator, I went to 2, 11, and 12, and I'm tipping at 11, 2, 12, and 6.
11, 2, 12, and 6 there, the numbers for Grant in race number 7. He could have found us some nice value there with number 12, De Janeiro, at 12 to 1 for exactas, swingers, trifectas, and quartets. Moving along to race number 8, the final race on the day, and this is an MR74 handicap over 1,000 meters. 25 past 4 is the off time. Room for maneuver at 3 to 1, 9 to 2, Captain TikTok Marquez, 5 to 1, Revilius, and it is 7 to 1. And better bar those. Now, Grant, on debut, you were spot on with his horse, Room for Maneuver. You said he's got lots of ability and the yard expect him to go well. And there was quite a bit of betting support, 20 to 1 into 4 to 1. He got the job done. How's he doing back at home?
Yeah, he's doing very well, Rahil. They gave him a bit of a break after that maiden win. He's come back even stronger now, and he's putting up some very, very good work. And I'll be surprised if he gets beaten in a race like this. I see he opened up 7 to 2, shortened in now 3 to 1. I think he'll start a bit shorter than that. Captain TikTok, the danger, coming back from a layoff. He's always there and thereabouts. He's a 3-time winner. Marquez also coming back from a blood suspension, so he's got to be looked at. Knockham Stiff won a decent race last time out, but that was on the poly. We've got to see how he goes on the grass. And then Revilius with Muzieni up from a 2-draw. He'll also be competitive in a race like this. But I really am. I'm finishing with a banker in the PA and the pick six and everything. Yeah, I'm tipping at 2, 1, 4, and 10, and I'm strong in the camp of Room for Maneuver.
All in, Room for Maneuver in the last race on the card out at Fairview. Moving along to the suggested bet now, and Grant will take us through his suggested bet for racing on Friday out at Fairview. And Grant, take it away with that place accumulator.
Thanks, Rail. Best bet, race 4, number 9, Holding Thumbs. Value bet, race 1, number 2, Ponte Vecchio. And my suggested best to place accumulator goes as follows. We open up with 1 and 11, by 2 and 4, by banker 9, by 4 and 5, by 1 and 9, by 2, 11 and 12, by banker 2 for 48 Rand.
Yeah, 48 Rand for one full unit off that place accumulator. Looks to be a nice bet to get involved in on Friday, especially with a few tricky races along the way. Grant, thanks very much for your time. All the best and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much, Will, and good luck to the punters tomorrow. Goodbye.
All the best with racing on Friday out at Fairview.